Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about God is consistent. You know what I'm saying? Man, let me tell you something about God, bro. God is consistent, bro. If you like a true follower of God, bro, God is consistent, bro. God is faithful. God is consistent even when you're not looking. You know what I'm saying? As long as you stay faithful to Him, and as long as you continue to do what He's telling you to do and you continue to follow Him, God is consistent. God is faithful. God is consistent even when you're not looking. You got some people out there, they only trying to be loyal when you're looking at them, when you got your eyes on them. But when you go on to do other things and, handle other business, their loyalty ends. It's like you got to watch their loyalty. They only loyal in front of your eyes, bro. Once your eyes turn away from them, they not loyal. Now they talking behind your back. They stabbing you in your back, all this stuff, bro. But God is consistent even when you're not looking. God is consistent even when you're sleeping at night, bro. God protecting you even when you're sleeping at night, bro. When you're not looking, man, God is consistent. As long as you remain loyal and faithful to Him, God is consistent, bro. I done seen God's consistency, bro. It's crazy, bro. God be showing me signs, bro, of His consistency and His faithfulness, bro. I'm like, bro, I wasn't even looking at the sign, but the sign remained. Have you ever experienced that in your life? You weren't even looking at the sign. Let's say God shows you a sign and He tells you that sign represents His consistency. You're looking at it and then you look away. Months later, you see the same sign still there. Inconsistency. Yo, you weren't looking all these weeks. You still see the same sign, bro. Like, yo, it's gonna blow your mind. You're gonna be like, yo, God is consistent, bro. Even when I was sleeping, even when I was doing other things for His kingdom and working on other projects for Him, that sign was always there, bro. God is consistent, bro. God is consistent, bro. These people, man, a lot of these people down here, bro, they only consistent when you're looking at them, bro. When you stop supervising them, bro, they stab you in the back, bro. They become cutthroat. They talking behind your back. When you're not looking, they talking behind your back. When you're looking, they pretend to be loyal and faithful. I'm trying to tell you what I know, bro. God is consistent even when you're not looking, even when you're sleeping. He watching over you even when you're sleeping. He wakes you up every day. Let's talk about that. God is waking you up every single day. That's consistency, bro. What is your definition of consistency, right? Every day, right? That's your definition of consistency, every single day. Well, God is waking you up every single day. That's consistency. God is giving you the breath of life every single day. That's consistency, bro. God is supplying and providing for your needs every single day. That's consistency, bro. God is feeding you. When you eat and when you get something to eat, God is feeding you. That's consistency every single day. Bro, God is consistent, bro. God's consistency is the greatest of all time. I repeat, God's consistency is the greatest of all time. Can't nobody more consistent than God, bro. I'm consistent too, but I'm not consistent like God, bro. He's on the whole nother level, bro. God's consistency is in a whole nother realm. He's consistent, bro. I'm trying to tell you. God keeps your heart beating every single day. Your heart start beating, you're gone. But God keeps your heart beating every single day at a certain amount. If not, you're gone. You're out of here. Consistency, bro. Trying to tell you, bro, God is consistent. God is consistent, bro. And we got to learn from Him, bro. We got to try to be consistent with Him. We got to try to be consistent with our prayer life. We got to try to be consistent as we follow Him. We got to try to be consistent when it comes to reading and reading our word and spending time with him. We got to try to be consistent because he's consistent, bruh. He's consistent. So we got to try to be consistent too towards him, bruh. Trying to tell you, bruh. Can't nobody more consistent than God, bro. Your friends not more consistent than God. Your family not more consistent than God, bro. Nobody is more consistent than God, bro. Nobody, bro. God been doing this stuff since Genesis. Consistency for his people, bruh. You know how long that is, bruh? You know how long it is since Genesis? All that consistency God done showed all his real followers who love him. To this day, to this generation, you know all that consistency in all these different millions and millions of people's lives, bruh? Come on, bro. You can't be consistent like that. His consistency is on a whole nother realm, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, look, let me give y'all this perspective. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if a lot of people thought of this perspective, but let me put it out there. God keeps our hearts beating, right? All right, cool. So God keeps your heart beating every single day, a certain amount of times. If your heart stop beating for a certain period of time, you flatline, you're out of here, right? So look, God keeps your heart beating every single day. How many times? So many times, right? But then God is also keeping other people's hearts beating every single day. How many times? Okay, cool. Now, take it back to Genesis. God is keeping all these people's hearts beating every single day. How many times? How many people? How many generations God keeping these people's hearts beating for? All his real followers that really love him, he keeping all their hearts beating, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Now we know God keeps certain wicked people's hearts beating too. We know that. But God be using all these wickedness and all these wicked people to give us a challenge in this world, bro. So God also keeps the wicked people's hearts beating until their time runs out. But he's using them. He's using all these wicked people and all this wickedness to challenge us in this wicked world. Because it's not easy to make it to heaven. God is making it challenging. But let's get back to what I was saying, bro. Yeah, for his real followers, bro, God been keeping our hearts beating since Genesis, bro. Like, he kept them people's hearts beating generation after generation. That's too much consistency, bro. That's way too much consistency, bro. Don't you know how impossible that is for a human to do? To keep everybody's hearts beating a certain amount of time every single day for so many years, for so many people, for so many generations, since the beginning of time. Come on, bro. That's consistency to me. If that's not consistency, bro, I don't know what that is. Hey, if that's not consistency, I don't know what consistency is, bro. I repeat, if that's not consistency, I have no idea what consistency is then, because that is the definition of consistency, bro. I'm trying to tell you. And he always brings his people through, man. God always brings his people through. The people who truly love him, he always bringing them through. The people who work hard and they love him and they faithful to him, God keeps bringing them through consistently, bro. You know how many things God done brought me through, bro? Consistency, bro. I'm trying to tell you. There's a lot of people out there who could testify, man, that God brought them through so many things. God has offered them consistency, bro. I'm trying to tell you. What else I want to talk about? Yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about, man. God is consistent, bro. Can't nobody more consistent than God, bro. I'm trying to tell you. God is the most consistent ever. You feel me? But that's just everything I wanted to say, bro. Peace.